What's up, motherfoxers? Let's cut a couple of more holes, shall we? Yeah, guys, we're gonna cut a couple more holes. I'm not gonna show you this. You've seen me do the other ones, so. But let me show you what I did get. Check her out. A cute little dude, huh? Little GPS gauge. It's the same size as those. $60. Well, $67, so $70. Here's a little antenna. Now you stick in this and it's supposed to work. Of course, you know, if you get, if you don't have a view of the sky, it doesn't work, but whatever. Hopefully that works. Like I said, I'm going to eventually get probably glow shift, RPM, and speedometer gauge, but not right now. Just let this go as it is for a while. I may end up just keeping it and liking it. I don't know, because this has an odometer on it. I believe the way this works is it has an odometer and a trip. But as soon as you shut off from your trip, it just zeroes back out. So, and you gotta like adjust this with the wire. You gotta like ground out this blue wire to change, I believe, from whatever color. I think the color on it is red, default, which I'll leave it. But I think, hopefully, it's mileage and not kilometers, because I believe you gotta do that, ground the blue wire out to change whatever. But we did get the water temp gauge, so, and like I said, I'll be putting that sensor right in there. But let me get to this, cutting the holes out and stuff. I gotta be mindful of this now too, because obviously the gauges are going here and here. I got a high beam light and also turn signal indicators, which with this being up here, see, this isn't going to go there. The temp gauge is going there. I'm going to put this right over here. You see that? Looks like you might have to put that right there and right there, which leaves me with a high beam. Well, I don't know. I could move these over a little bit on each side and maybe drill them out here. I don't know. Let me do some measuring and some cutting, and I don't know. I let it be a surprise. I have made my marks. I'm ready to commit. There's several marks. I think it's the big one. I'm just messing about, guys. Here we go. There, see it? It's going on. It's going right there on the mark. Look at this. See that space? 1/4 inch out from the sides, man. That's right about where those marks are at the top. You know it. Look at that. Look at that. It's majestical. Time to get barbaric. Stuck some tape on there, popped the holes in them. And I thought, why the hell did I put tape on there? Because I did it on this, and it seemed very professional. So it seemed not right to not do it to the tops. I don't think it does anything. Just leave me alone, okay? I'm just not I'm a moron. So. Alright, just gotta test out if I'm gonna move these clamps anywhere. Alright guys, you ready? There you go. How about that? So, I did something here. Started thinking about this logically. Look at me! And I had the oil pressure gauge over here. Well, on a Fox, it's up here, and the fuel's down here, and the coolant is down here, so I put the coolant down there. And then this is going to be the battery eventually when I get these here. And that's the little GPS speedometer up there in the corner. Again, just using that to use for the odometer on there. And the only thing I don't like about this, well, one thing I did do is I made sure I took some blue Loctite and put it on these. I don't want this stuff coming loose, you know what I'm saying? And even a little bit on these screws here too. And then I even put some on the, because this one's got the screw-in thing, which I don't like, but I even put some Loctite on that just to make sure it stays there. But this is the one thing I don't like about this, is this here. So yeah, I like the fact that you can just disconnect these. You know what I mean? And I still got to pull this out. I completely forgot. I got to pull this back apart, and I got to drill a hole so I can get the cord in there for this dash. So and then yeah, these things here, this bugs me too. I wish I could just plug stuff in, but I got to figure out what kind of connections I want to make. I mean, these got to go to the wires in the harness in there, and then last week, guys, I showed you my bus bars, and I said in there the moment of truth. Well, then I did about, I don't know, I cut like 5 minutes of video out of the video. One, it's too long. Two, I had nothing to do with the last video. So I just said, you do that, man. You're making videos. Sometimes you have the intention of putting stuff in and you're like, you know what, this don't make any sense in this video. So this is what I got here, guys. This right here is where I want to mount this one. Now remember, these are two different posts. This can be a negative or positive, vice versa, whatever. And then you have several things on here. I'll be pulling a wire from here to electrify this. This will be this wire here from the fuse box on the ATA circuit will be up in here to power the ignition. And then this will be the constant power. And I put it right here, and it looks like it might clear if I like stick it like right there. But let me go get the dash and put it in here a little bit. And this is gonna suck because this stuff is in the way. But let me grab that. We got problems. That's the problem right there. See, these are almost to the end there. They're almost on there. But they're not quite getting back. And that's because these things are a little too deep. First thing that's hitting here is the back of this bottom one. And then even if we did get that, see, now it's sitting at flush, but it's still kind of tilted forward. That's partially because of this and this being too deep. And I got a big space there. That space is only supposed to be that big. See the little thing right there? It's a little too big for it. So, you know what that means. Now, I am not one for cutting up Fox bodies. But I'm going to have to probably take this piece out right here. I don't want to, but yeah, I'm going to have to figure this out. I want to try to keep this rib here if I can, and maybe just cut this out and then cut this out like that or something. I don't know, I'll have to figure that out. Then I'll have to cut a piece over here. I don't want to do this, but oh, we're this far. So it's like we're not gonna undo what we just did for the sake of not cutting this car. It's, you know what, it's like this. I don't like cutting these cars up, but guess what? You won't see what I cut up. I'm not going to be some freaking ding dong who sticks a big, gigantic, stupid, ridiculous, dumb tack on their freaking dash. Yes, I am against that. I'm against it hardcore, man. And it's the people who do that who do them in stock Fox bodies. The greatest line I ever heard was Mustang Domination said, if your car doesn't do wheelies, you don't need a big, dumb, stupid tack. So, let's go get some kind of saw. So there are 2 screws missing here and here, holding that to the frame. So I put those back in there. I want to keep that rigidity. But what I don't want to cut this. See this? There's no frame back here. The frame stops right here and goes down. Okay, so there's nothing back here. So this is holding, look at this. This is what's anchoring it, but this is keeping this thing rigid. So I don't want to cut that. So what I'm going to do here is probably extend this like this, and it only needs just a little bit of space right there, and I think that's what's ripping it right here. This is that, so I'll just cut right through here, keeping this, and then this I'll just cut kind of like that. That way we still got this across here, you know what I'm saying? And then over here, we just got to cut a little spot out here, and then we got to figure out what we want to do up here. And then again, I don't want to cut that. I may have to. Alright, time to get saws and stuff. I don't know how much you guys can see, but here's kind of what I'm going to cut out. Can you see that? Here, there you go. Is it going to be a circle? Probably not. But then over here, I got a couple of cutouts here. You know, don't mind the drawing. So, let's see if you can sit here. You can watch this disaster I'm about to perform. Gets even better over there because my wires, so there's nothing back here. Yeah, it's loud. All right, everybody, we got it cut. Everything is fitting in there a-okay, and this is now got the space it's supposed to have. You know, with that little guy there, and everything's clearing. Now, problem I have, like I said, are these. I can probably put this one, I had to cut this bolt down. I could probably stick this one right there and be all right, but this thing is going to be right at the back of that. You know, this right here, I can't, it just interferes. What doesn't help is this right here, which goes like this, you know. Can't do it like that, I don't think, but besides, I got no way to anchor it there. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure this out, because if you can't put it right here, because you see back there, guys, there's a gap. You gotta do this, but when you do this, it interferes with the gauge right here. So, and I can't go down any farther because, yeah, I thought about leaving them like that and sticking a spacer, but then it's gotta be a diagonal spacer, and oh my god, you know, I need this. This thing's the main thing I need, man. I gotta put it somewhere because I gotta have a lot of wires going to it. Yeah, this thing, it's just for like hot wires for the gauges. You know, that's a good place for it, I guess. Yeah, so I don't know what I'm gonna do here. Don't know. This is the part that wastes a lot of time. Oh, by the way, did I show you those? I don't even remember. There's the hole over there, everything clears. Goody, 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 you know, I didn't put a big dumb stupid tack in my day anyway. Just a little cutting, it's no big deal, don't worry about it. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. God damn it. Where do I put this thing? It's not like it's tiny little thing you can tuck out of the way. You gotta get to it. And by the way, this stupid thing back here, I'm gonna have to keep this wire, this blue wire, where I can get to it so I can ground it out to change the... Well, you can change the light with this thing, but I think you gotta, like, make sure the speedometer's in, like, miles, not kilometers or whatever. I got some, I gotta figure this out. Catch you in a few hours. Well, folks, doesn't look like I'm gonna win this battle. Which means we're gonna bring this video to an abrupt end. Abrupt if I shut up right now, but you're about to listen to me. Okay, so the problem is that I want these bus bars to go behind that dash, okay? Because it's easy. You can take the wires and run them, because they're not very long wires, and you can run them right to where you need them to go. Okay, this is the problem. I was so gung-ho about trying to find a dual bus bar like this. I didn't account for space. See where this is going, right? You see that? From the thickness of this thing is 2 inches. Maybe slightly over. There's no way I can cut this down. I can't cut these down because this cover I need on here, you know, so nothing hits the wires. And I can't shave it down. It's just not going to fit right. I'm not butchering things, okay? The problem is there are some alternatives out there that I could get, you know, and but the space, God, whatever I'm imagining in my mind, I realized does not exist in reality. Dude, this was yesterday. I was like, all right, I got to find something else. I went on Amazon. I went on eBay. I even typed it into a search to see if I could find maybe an electrical company out there that had something. Nobody sells what is in my mind. And this is what I'm imagining in my mind. I need this, except I will go ahead. I can say, hey, let's just do 2. But small ones about this big, half of this. But make it 3/4 inches wide with 4 screws on it and just 1 stud that has to be smaller and about 1 inch high. Nobody has it. Nobody. So I'm gonna have to, there's some alternatives, but the thing is, it's a shot in the dark. I gotta order it, get it here, see if it fits. If it doesn't, then I'm gonna have to go send it back, you know. And then I could take those and mount them somewhere else. But now I'm taking wires on all the wires behind the gauges and running them somewhere, wherever that's going to be. I didn't want to do that. There's 1.5 inches of space there. I'm going to use it, goddammit. I just don't know what I'm going to get. Yeah. This is what's pissing me off, because this is what's keeping me from driving this car. It's a stupid cluster. The other one wasn't working. Now, I did have a V8 cluster, but it's not an 80. It's not a 87, 89, because they had the lights on the bottom. And this thing on the back of it, this ribbon here, it's messed up. That's probably right. It's not working. But the other one does work, but it's not an 87, 89, and it's got to have those lights on the bottom of it. I think I could swap them out, but I don't know. Anyway, we're too far with this. We're obviously we're going this route. I just, you know, spent the money and there it is. So I'm gonna keep trying. I mean, I'm probably going to have to settle. See, this is the thing. Look, see this right here? That is a perfect spot for a bus bar. That is about 7/8 of an inch, which is what these bus bars top out at. But the problem is this thing is it's just a little too wide and it's too long. I mean, you can't stick it in there. So, but the other thing is it's too thick because you're losing some of your 1.5 going up this way because it's curving. You know what I'm saying? I think of things in my mind. They just don't exist. So we're going to call it, man. Just to give you an idea of what's going on here. I left out of here yesterday, went downstairs, and probably for a solid 2 hours went back and forth, eBay, Amazon, the internet. Just couldn't find anything. And this morning I woke up and I was on there another hour again. And it's torturous. This is aggravating the crap out of me, man. I get this hooked up. All these wires get tidied up. Everything. We clean this car out. We put carpeting in it. We start putting the interior in. We get these door cards switched out for the new ones that I got. Well, new used. And we get this car driving. Of course, we'll probably drive it before all this shit's in here. Hopefully it makes it a mile. The engine runs sitting still, so yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. Sorry, I planned to have these all hooked up and running. Torpedoed later.